next on All Access.
Alvin's finest, yeah, Alvin's finest for sure. It's the home of some good ball players, and I think I'm included in that list now. Nolan Ryan, Nathan Eovaldi, Gunner Olszewski.
We play for each other. Understand what we've been through. Dominate.
Jones drops back, looks left, throws it for Aguilar, turns to the inside. Touchdown, Patriots! It's the first in the career of Mac Jones.
About to be a dad, I can't wait. You know, I've been dreaming about this day, blah, blah, blah. And now the closer it gets, it's like, am I ready? Let me make sure I'm ready, and making sure that the nursery is set up and everything, and just making sure that I'm on top of everything and making sure that my wife is cool.
Time now for the Belestrator.
One of the things you can see here with Wilson is how he steps up in the pocket and then just almost flicks it 35 yards downfield, no wind up or anything, and puts it right on the money here to Mims. So you see why they took him high in the draft.
The day started with so much promise as the Patriots welcomed fans back to Gillette. Those fans left disappointed as the Patriots fumbled away a chance at victory. Hello and welcome to Patriots All Access presented by GEICO. I'm Steve Burton. Miami made more plays in defeating New England, who now stay in the division with a short trip to Jersey to take on the New York Jets on Sunday. Let's kick things off with the sights and sounds from last week's loss, which started off with an outdoor celebration here in Foxborough.
Man, I'm excited. We're from Texas, so this is a long way from home, but we're good here. Well, Mr. Kraft, I appreciate it. We're back.
It's awesome to have everybody back inside the stadium.
It's great.
Go Pats! Go Pats!
We're gonna have the best year yet, Strike, please, good. We play for each other. Understand what we've been through. Dominate. Trenches on three. 1, 2, 3. Go, baby. Go.
Harris takes the handoff from his forward teammate, strips it ahead, cuts it right past the 40, 45-50 to the 45 of Miami.
We got backs in the main yard. Just get a hat on a hat. Let's wear him the hell out. Let's go.
Good snap is back. Pressure by Judon. Tagovailoa steps up. He's in trouble. Flag is thrown, and Tua goes down. Hightower was back there along with Van Noy.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Bring that energy, baby. Let's go.
Snap to Jones. Screens it left for Johnny Smith. Runs to the jet. Upended, and he comes down on the turf, fumbling the football. The snap to Bailey. Folks kick. Airborne to the uprights. And the Patriots are on the board. It's good. Four-man rush. Back moves up. Fires down the middle for Aguilar. Makes the catch. And takes a hit. At the 25 of Miami. What a strike. A dagger from Jones. Jones drops back. Looks left. Throws it for Aguilar. Turns to the inside. Touchdown, Patriots. It's the first in the career of Mac Jones. Now a 3rd and 5. Uche from the left, gets to the quarterback, and a sack back at the 31. Waddle starts in motion. Tagovailoa with a bootleg left. He's going to throw it to Waddle. Makes the catch at the 2. He's hit by Duggar, but he dives to the pylon. Touchdown, Miami. Takes the snap. Throws across the caught by White. Ducks under 2 defenders. And lunges between them for the first down catch. Airborne to the uprights, and that kick is good. From the gun and back to his right. 3 receivers left as he takes the snap. Drops back, looking to his right. Now flush to his left. In trouble, loses his footing. Throws it to the far side. That ball up for grabs, and it's going to be intercepted along the far side. Jonathan Jones was there for the Patriots. Does he have it? He does. Takes the snap. Dolphins rush forward. Quick throw down the middle. Caught by Smith. Jonnu has it at the 10. Right down the spine of the defense. On Patriots with a 1st and 10. Gives to Damien Harris. Runs it right. And he bruises his way forward. Ball came loose. Damien Harris fumbled.
Obviously, got to do a better job of holding on to the ball, especially in a critical situation like that. I'm not going to let this mistake define me, so I'm just ready to move forward.
Well, stand-up guy Damien Harris saying this type of thing will not define him. Joining me now is Mike Reese and Paul Perillo in our Bob's Discount Furniture Studios. Guys, good to see you. Moral victories. You've heard this all week long about the Patriots' loss. I don't want to hear it again. I really don't want to hear it again. Correct?
No, I'm with you, Steve. Listen, I can totally understand the reasons to be encouraged, obviously, with Mac Jones, but it's a game I really felt, Mike, that the Patriots outplayed Miami for the better part of the day. I thought they had all kinds of opportunities to put points on the board, and they had all kinds of opportunities to prevent points from getting on the board, and they did neither. And I think ultimately, you look back at the game, you had twice as many yards, you held the ball for almost 40 minutes of the game. You really should not have lost this football game.
Last time I checked the standings, there was no category for moral victory.
And I'm a positive guy.
No, that's right, Steve.
you are, Steve.
I think
that's true.
I think the idea of the moral victory is tied to Mac.
Sure.
And the idea that he was pretty impressive for his first game. And so the idea is if you have that squared away, you have a chance going forward from that big picture standpoint.
Well, you bring up Mac, so let's talk about Mac. Better than you expected him to be in his NFL debut?
Yeah, I would say so. I thought, and I thought highly of him coming in, but he exceeded my expectations. I thought the way he handled the pressure was particularly impressive. I thought he showed some poise, especially after the very first pass that he attempts. He looked like anything but a poised quarterback. He looked like a rookie that was really unsure of himself and then really settled in quickly after that. I thought Brian Flores made it really difficult on him. He didn't give him a lot of easy looks. And he seemed like, again, we don't know exactly what's supposed to happen on every play, but it seemed like he did what he was supposed to do for the better part of the day, and he gave his team a chance to win.
I'm going to take something Paul said and amplify it based on what I thought was one of the most interesting things I heard this week. Hunter Henry said the way Mac stood up in the pocket, in the face of pressure, made an impression on him and his teammates. Like Hunter Henry said, that showed us something. And I think what Paul said about Mac's performance, think about how that resonated throughout the team. He's winning them over. The way he's approaching things and the way he's playing.
All right, let's talk about the defense for a second. 3:31 left, 3 timeouts the Patriots have, and the 2-minute warning. And they don't stop them. The Patriots never get the ball back.
Yeah, it was by far, to me, the most disappointing element of the game. You're supposed to have this defense, Mike, that a lot of us thought was going to be vastly improved. And you look at the numbers, 260 yards, 17 points. Tua had a hard time converting third downs consistently, and yet you found a way with 3:30 left in the game. Okay, it's a devastating fumble, but all is not lost. You come up with a stop, you're going to get the ball back around midfield, you go down and kick a field goal, and we live to fight another day. you couldn't get the ball back, even after the holding penalty, Mike, pushed him back. I thought that was really disappointing.
Pushed them back to their own 5-yard line. And this is going to sound harsh, but I'm going to say it because I think it's the truth. If that's the fight that the Patriots defense is going to show all year, it's going to be a long season in New England.
Yeah, in particular, we thought they did a lot of things to shore up the run defense. And after they get that initial first down, Mike, there's still time because now you're taking your timeouts. You got the 2-minute warning. 3 straight runs when you knew Miami was going to line up and run it right at you, and you couldn't stop it for another first down to put the game away.
Bounce back week. Don't go far.
Absolutely.
Talk about the Jets coming up. We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this. Stay with us.
Coming up on All Access.
A conversation with defensive back Adrian Phillips.
He's real poised back there for a rookie, and he goes through his progressions really well.
And later, a taste of Texas, Olszewski style.
Well, that's why I say the crawfish boil is the best day of the year, is because this is bigger than like Christmas, Thanksgiving for us. You get the whole family together. It means a lot to me.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off. And by Pepsi. That's what I like. Pepsi, official soft drink of the New England Patriots.
I'm Lauren Spencer with your Week 2 Patriots Social Media Minute. Boston is a sports town through and through, and it showed last Sunday when teams across the region took to social media to show the Patriots their support heading into the season opener. With the return of football came the return of pregame tailgates at Gillette Stadium, and this group of fans did not mess around. It truly doesn't get more New England than this. Mac Jones generated some laughs on the internet when he appeared to be playing a game of hot potato with the ball that marked his first career NFL touchdown last week. But in reality, the rookie quarterback's team-first mentality was on full display. He later explained that the moment wasn't about him, he was only focused on helping his team. That's all for this week's Patriots Social Media Minute. I'm Lauren Spencer.
How will the Patriots respond after last week's loss? Here's Dan Roach with an update on a New England team hungry for their first win.
That's going to be it. The Dolphins coming into Foxborough to win the season opener.
It wasn't the way they wanted to open the season. A 1-point loss to a divisional rival at home.
We got to clean up what we did. I mean, you can't win football games in the National Football League playing like we did the other day.
There were positives, such as the play of rookie quarterback Mac Jones, who was making his first NFL start.
In my opinion, I think he took too many hits, but thought he really showed, toughness.
He did a great job. I was really proud of him, how he handled it. He had a lot of poise and obviously delivered the ball really well. Sat in there in the pocket, even when the pocket was coming down. I mean, he made some big-time throws that. Sometimes a lot of other guys aren't going to make.
Yeah, it's definitely faster, but it kind of slows down when you get more reps and stuff. And I didn't feel like out of place or anything, but definitely can improve on just being quicker.
Meanwhile, after watching film Monday, the Pats quickly put the opener in the rearview mirror.
It's game one, we got time, but the sense of urgency in this league has to happen right away because you can't just start falling behind and losing games.
I mean, at the end of the day, we got to do our job. I mean, it's a game we lost, but I mean, we got to do our best to win the next game. That's all that matters.
Yes, the New York Jets, Sunday in the Meadowlands at 1 o'clock, and a chance for this Patriots team to respond.
And we just got to focus on what we need to get better at. That's kind of, for me, just fundamentally better than we did last week.
To go out there and just be able to win and showing that we fixed the mistakes that we put on tape, and just going and being able to celebrate as a team afterwards.
When Mac Jones and Zach Wilson square off Sunday in the Meadowlands in Week 2, it'll mark the earliest in a season that two rookie quarterbacks drafted in the first round square off against each other since 2015. The quarterbacks back then, Jameis Winston of Tampa Bay and Marcus Mariota of Tennessee. For Patriots All Access, I'm Dan Roach.
All right, Roachy, thank you very much for joining me now. It's Patriots safety Adrian Phillips, and it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Bill talked about looking at the tape and then moving on, turning the page. How has this week gone for you guys so far?
Basically, it's been just that. On Monday, you watch the film, you understand like the things that you could have done different, and you talk about it. And now with it being Wednesday, we're on to the Jets. You learn from that stuff, and you make sure that we don't make those same mistakes again and let the game slip the way that we did. So now it's just full speed into the Jets and making sure we're ready for them.
Speaking of the Jets, they also have a rookie quarterback in Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on him?
Talented. He has a lot of arm talent. You're watching the game, and he's real poised back there for a rookie, and he goes through his progressions really well. And you see the way that, the ball comes out of his hand.
It's spinning, huh?
It's spinning. He does it effortlessly. It's crazy how fast it comes out. So we just got to make sure that we're on our P's and Q's with him and make sure that when he's back there reading the coverages that we're technical in our zones, and when we're in man coverage that we actually stay sticky on the receivers and play through their hands, because he can put it anywhere.
I'm going to put you on the spot. You ready? All right. Last week we had David Andrews on.
Okay.
Talking about becoming a dad.
Uh-oh.
You got a big day coming up.
Man, October 10th is crazy.
October 10th?
Yeah, it's coming fast, man.
How special is that? How special is that day going to be?
It's still surreal. You see your wife, you see your wife just sitting there with a human growing inside of her, every day, and then at one point you see the belly move, you see your little son kicking, and now you see.
And you know it's a son.
Yeah, having a little boy. Don't have a name.
Don't have a name yet?
Not yet. We got some options, but nothing really solid just yet. But just seeing them in there and just seeing how amazing a woman truly is, and how much that they go through and how they're able to just create life, it's wild.
Let me get this straight. Matthew Slater married a doctor?
Yep.
Devin McCourty married a doctor?
Yep.
You've now married a doctor.
Yep.
What's going on with the doctor thing?
Man, we outkicked our coverage with that one. We outkicked them. I'm just happy she chose me.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and good luck to you against the Jets.
Thank you.
Adrian Phillips, our guest. We'll be back with more Patriots All Access right after this.
After a 2-year hiatus, our Coach of the Week program is back. This week, we honor Dan Haddad from Bellingham High School as our high school Coach of the Week. The Blackhawks carried over the momentum from the spring season with a shutout performance against Blackstone Millville last week. Presenting the award is Pro Football and Patriots Hall of Fame linebacker Andre Tippett.
Congratulations to you guys on your Fall 2 season. Very successful, 5-0. Says a lot about who you guys are.
The Patriots Charitable Foundation will donate $1,000 to the Bellingham High School program in the name of head coach Haddad.
Family on 3. 1, 2, 3. Family!
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time to sit down, have some coffee with the coach. And Coach Belichick joins me now. And I want to ask you about Damian Harris, and not per se the actual fumble that happened at the end of the game, but from a professionalism standpoint, after the game, owning it, wanting to turn a page very quickly that this won't define him. These are the type of players you want to have in your program, right?
Yeah, well, we all of us that participated in the game as players and coaches had mistakes in the game. That's for sure. So we all need to own up to them, and we all need to try to, like I said, correct them and make a bigger commitment to the team to perform better in our next opportunity. So. Damian or anybody else, any coach, any player, anybody that participated in the game, I think we all pretty much feel the same way. And, that starts with me and goes for everybody else.
You got a guy like Robert Saleh. I want to go back to last January. Jets didn't have a good year. They switch up. They go with him as the head coach, former defensive coordinator, whole new staff. So sort of a whole new system. Is that the point really there where you tell your guys, hey, we got to get on these guys. We got to kind of expect what they want to do or predict that. So the work on the Jets really starts then and not 2 weeks ago. Fair to say that?
Well, sure. Yeah, we in the off season definitely take time to study our division opponents, and then later on pick up the other opponents, the NFC opponents, and some of the out of division opponents that are on our schedule, and just generally see what changes they've made, whether it's in the coaching staff or in the acquisition or changeover of personnel. So, Jets case, they made a number of personnel changes, and as you mentioned, they made system changes as well on offense and defense, with a strong background towards San Francisco. So, we can go back to some of the things we saw from San Francisco last year, and how they played us. But again, we're different too, so we'll see how much that really carries over as well.
All right, time now for the Ace Ticket Twitter question of the week, and it comes from @RobertA. Wants to ask you a little bit about music. Bob Seger and Metallica both sang the song "Turn the Page." Is that a fair thing to sort of put towards your football team, whether you win or lose, regardless of the outcome? Move on to the next week, right?
Yeah, absolutely. By Monday afternoon, Monday night, after we've watched the film and gone through the previous day's game, then it's full speed ahead towards the next opponent.
Fair to say you're probably a Seger guy more so than a Metallica guy. I'd go Metallica on that one.
Yeah, that is fair to say.
All right, if you want to ask the head coach a question, you have to follow the team on Twitter, @Patriots, hashtag it, AskBB. New quarterback, you already mentioned him. They got a pretty good receiver you played against before, too. Maybe we'll look at them at a Belestrator?
Yeah, they got a couple of good receivers. So, yep, they're an explosive team, and, Wilson he can sling it.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. More Patriots All Access will return after this, and later in the show, we'll have the Belestrator.
Coming up on All Access.
We chronicle the unique journey of Patriots receiver Gunner Olszewski.
Bemidji popped up because, in short, they were the only school that offered me scholarship for football and baseball. And that was a non-negotiable for me.
But first, Bill Belichick previews the Jets on the Belestrator.
He can buy time like this to get outside and see the whole field. I mean, he's really capable of throwing the ball, any place.
You're watching Patriots All Access.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Ace Ticket, where New England fans go for tickets to all their favorite events. Visit aceticket.com. By Dan O'Brien Auto. Come into any Dan O'Brien Auto Group store today and get your awesome protection plan, keeping it awesome. By AdCare. Be recovery strong. Speak up. Reach out. Ask for help. Call AdCare at 800-ALCOHOL. And by Gillette. Look good, game good. Gillette, the best a man can get. This player profile is brought to you by Pepsi.
It's a script that Hollywood producers would likely reject. Texas two-sport athlete travels north to play collegiately in Division II, just 90 minutes from the Canadian border, which then leads to a spot on an NFL roster. This unlikely journey belongs to Patriots receiver Gunner Olszewski. We spent some time this summer with Gunner and his family in Texas, who not only shared with us some Texas-sized hospitality, but details behind his unique path to New England.
The crawfish bowl to me, it's much more than just the food. It's the family and my people. This is the best day of the year for me, right here.
We washed them, right? I didn't know how long it was going to be, so I put some ice on top of them just to keep them fresh. Now we got them fresh. We got the water boiling. We throw them in there. They're looking good, looking real good. I like it. Crawfish hot. Crawfish hot. Here we go.
Alvin's finest, yeah. Alvin's finest, for sure. It's the home of some good ball players, and I think I'm included in that list now. Nolan Ryan, Nathan Evaldi, Gunner Olszewski. Like our baseball coach has always even told us, like he was the toughest son of a gun on the field. So me being from Alvin, I like to fancy myself as a tough guy as well. And that's something that, if you're from Alvin, I think that's something that you don't have a choice. You're gonna be a tough guy. Well, I'll tell you, my dad, he sent out my film to every single school, every small D1 and Division II school in the country. Nobody was coming to find me, you know? That's how it is in the college world now. We started local because I want to stay close to home. I'd love for my family to be able to come to every game that I play. But Bemidji popped up because, in short, they were the only school that offered me scholarship for football and baseball. And that was a non-negotiable for me.
Gunner actually contacted us.
If you let me play football and baseball, I'm there.
We've had a pretty good tradition of kids being able to play basketball, football. Baseball is obviously an easy one. I really think that was a fairly large portion of why he ended up coming here.
And then, so in short, I took a visit up there, and I love the place. It's right on a lake, it's beautiful. And I remember calling my dad, sitting in the hotel, and I'm like, this is it.
Describe, if you would, the tradition at Bemidji. So is it homecoming weekend?
Homecoming.
If you win, what happens?
We run straight to the lake. The lake is right on the north side of our end zone, and right after the game, that buzzer rings.
Come on!
Beavers win, we're running the lake. You're stripping off your gear, your helmet, you're throwing it, and woo, jump in the lake. And it always makes a great picture.
He's just simply fearless. I think that's in the way that he plays the game, flies around, and he just is always showing up on film.
Gunner a chance to come back, got to beat guys on the left edge, and he does that.
I'd say it was a fluke that I ended up at Bemidji State. I should have been playing on Saturdays on SEC Network or something. That's truly what I believe. So people look at me as an underdog, but that's all right with me. You see me play, if you play on the field with me, you're not gonna sit there and be like, he don't belong here. You're gonna say, damn, okay. I don't think there's pretty much anybody who had an easy road to being a successful NFL football player, and mine by no stretch is either. It's a little different than others, but to me, it's just my journey. It's my reality, and it's kind of, I've dreamed of stuff like this my whole life, and so when it happens, I ain't too surprised by it.
The stars aligned on this whole thing, from us recruiting him, multiple sports, getting the opportunity with the Patriots. But the one consistent thing is Gunner. Like, he's different. Like, I don't know how else to put it. And seeing him have that opportunity and thrive with it, yeah, it's pretty heartwarming.
Cuts across the 25, outside the grasp of the punter, beats another man, tight rope to the sideline, into the end zone. Touchdown, Patriots!
It is cool, but there's a lot more work to be done, and my journey's not even close to being over.
My God, that's the money shot right there. That's what you want.
For one, crawfish is the best dang food in the world.
You're gonna twist off the top shelf. Like that right there. You squeeze the button. Yeah, nothing's hot, dude.
And that's why I say the crawfish boil is the best day of the year, is because this is bigger than like Christmas, Thanksgiving for us. We get the whole family together. It means a lot to me. You know, we got our washer boys, we play backyard baseball.
Where is it? Oh, that's a foul ball.
It's a great time of the year in Texas, and like I said, I get to see everybody, and it sure does mean a whole lot to me.
Throws down the middle to the right. Now for Ossie. Ossie makes the catch at the 5 and into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Patriots!
Wholesale change for the New York Jets as they hired head coach Robert Saleh in January. Saleh becomes the first Muslim American head coach in the NFL. The Jets had the second overall selection in April's draft and picked Zach Wilson, who after just 1 week looks like a keeper. More on him on the Belestrator. And the Jets' defense received a boost when C.J. Mosley, a high-priced free agent signing back in 2019, played his first snaps in nearly 2 years last Sunday.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Time now for the Belestrator. We're going to take 4 quick looks at the New York Jets. They got a new quarterback in Zach Wilson. They got a really good older receiver, and they got a new receiver too, Coach. Why don't you walk us through it?
Sure, Scott. Here we are against Carolina, and again, this is Wilson. This guy's got a real strong arm. He can really zing it. Has a lot of zip on the ball. This is Denzel Mims, who played against him last year. Big, fast receiver from Baylor. But one of the things you can see here with Wilson is how he steps up in the pocket and then just almost flicks it. I mean, he's got a very, very quick release here, and just flicks it about 35 yards downfield. No wind up or anything, and puts it right on the money here to Mims. So this kid, as we'll see, has got a big time arm and good accuracy, very quick release, and is very athletic and get out of the pocket and extend plays. This is a 4th down play here. So 4th and 8 last week against Carolina as they were mounting a little comeback there. And again, this is Berrios in the slot. Now Crowder was hurt and didn't play, or had COVID and didn't play against Carolina. But Crowder's another dangerous receiver. But this is Berrios here on the over route. But again, just kind of keep your eye on Wilson here. How he's got pressure up the middle and just slings it, no lower body at all in the throw, and just all arm. But he's got a lot of zip on the ball. He just rifles it in there, and Berrios takes it for a big 4th down conversion. So
the big thing too for these young quarterbacks is not staring at a guy, looking at a guy. You got double coverage, you got bracket coverage. It looks like he's looking one way, knows that drag's coming, and he sticks it in there off the back foot.
Exactly. Yeah, he really does a good job of scanning the field, and especially on a play like this where he gets out of the pocket. There's a little bit of pressure inside, and Zach is fast, and you can see he uses his speed here to get outside and run away from these guys. In the meantime, this is Corey Davis coming across from the far side of the field. Wilson buys a lot of time, extends the play, and throws a touchdown pass here to Davis. So this will be a real challenge for us with a fast quarterback who's got a real good arm. And again, when he can buy time like this to get outside and see the whole field, I mean, he's really capable of throwing the ball, any place and put it right on the money. So, a lot of quarterbacks just can't extend the plays the way that Wilson can.
Yeah, this is one heck of a laser throw right here in the right flat. But go ahead and take us through this one here against Carolina.
Yeah, it is. So this is their touchdown here against Carolina. And again, it's just an out route to Davis. But you can really kind of see the zip that Wilson gets on the ball here. So, he takes his drop and steps into this throw, and the ball just, he just fires it in there for a touchdown. Puts it right on Davis, and Davis makes the play. So Davis has been a big target for him through preseason and in the Carolina game. But this kid's really got a big arm. He's a very explosive athlete and can do a lot of things with the ball. And he's really everything runs through him. You see why they took him high in the draft.
Absolutely. You got your hands full with him. Good luck, Coach, this weekend. Get back in that win column. Another divisional game on the road. 1 o'clock start this week. Good luck against the Jets.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, there you go. There's your Belestrator. More Patriots All Access will return right after this.
Patriots All Access is brought to you by Bank of America, official bank of the New England Patriots. By Putnam Investments and the New England Patriots, proud partners committed to an active game plan on the field and off. And by Pepsi. That's what I like. Pepsi, official soft drink of the New England Patriots.
Fridays this fall on TV 38, tune in to the Football Power Hour. First at 8 p.m., it's Patriots This Week. The voice of the Patriots, Bob Sosi, hosts this fast-paced and informative program that previews the upcoming matchup.
Being a head coach is much different than being a defensive coordinator, and you've got to dictate responsibilities to your staff.
Joined by his partner, Scott Zolak, along with Levin Reed. Patriots This Week provides expert analysis to get you ready for the game. At 8:30, it's Patriots Unfiltered on TV. The popular radio crew brings a unique insight and perspective to the TV screen for a one-of-a-kind inside look at the Patriots.
For all the yards and for all the completions, they only ended up with 16 points. Turnovers killed them.
The Football Power Hour, Friday nights beginning at 8, only on TV 38.
Welcome back to Patriots All Access. Back in at Bob's Discount Furniture Studios with Mike Reese and Paul Perillo. Both teams are 0-1. Patriots 0-1, Jets 0-1. More pressure on the Patriots this week?
I think absolutely. I think the Patriots look at themselves, Mike, as a team that is going to be in contention to at least battle for a playoff spot. I'm not sure the Jets can say the same thing. You can't start off the season with back-to-back divisional losses. This is a team I think the Patriots probably feel like they have more talent than, probably feel like they should beat. I think you got to get it done.
No question, Paul. Look what's coming up next. I mean, you got a Saints team that probably had the most surprising result of week one in terms of how convincing they beat the Packers, a very good team, we think. And then I think there's a game in week 4, Paul. Is it the Tom Brady in the bucket? Oh, yeah. So
did they win the Super Bowl?
Yes. So I don't think, guys, that you want to be looking at 0-2 for the first time since 2001, which is the longest streak of not going 0-2 to open a season.
All right, so what do you two comedians think that the Patriots need to do to win?
Well, I think they need to finish their drives. I thought they moved the ball really effectively throughout the game. They only had a punt or two, so obviously holding on to the football would help, but you'd have to finish in the red zone. I would like to see. I'll be comedic, okay? I'd like to see Josh McDaniels allow Mac Jones to throw the ball into the end zone this week and see if they can finish some of these drives instead of by trying to just run it in. Maybe to see a first down play action pass, see if we can get a tight end involved. Red zone efficiency.
And I'll take Paul's point about holding on to the ball, because I do think the whole context of our discussion might be different today if Damian Harris held on to the ball at the end of the game and the Patriots win the game. I think the whole discussion would be about Mac and the hopes and getting off to a great start, because I do think that one fumble was really a huge part of the opening game.
No question.
Damian, hold on to the ball. Ramondre Stevenson, will we even see him? I don't know, because he had the fumble. Maybe we see J.J. Taylor. So to me, turnover free. It starts there.
What are the ingredients for a Jets win?
Well, I mean, I think the Jets would need to throw the football with some effectiveness. They're going to have to protect their rookie quarterback a lot better than they did in Carolina. Sacked 6 times Zach Wilson. I thought he was pretty impressive in the face of a lot of that pressure. I thought he was trying to make plays like a lot of rookies do. You're trying to chase 2 scores. But if you're the Jets, I think they have some talent at wide receiver, Mike. Corey Davis, a good free agent acquisition. He had a couple of touchdowns, a rookie, and Elijah Moore, who I was really high on coming out of the draft. He was quiet in that game, but I think he is a guy with some talent. Could get Crowder back this week. So Patriots need to tighten it up and get some pressure on Wilson.
Yeah, I would say you hear Bill Belichick say we got to correct things or they're going to keep showing up. How about just attack the Patriots with slant passes, right? Like how many slants did we see, Paul, in the opening game that the Patriots couldn't really defend that well, especially on that last drive, I mean, get them backed up at their own 5-yard line, and it's 1st and 14, 13-yard slant, boom. So I expect the Jets to come out with a lot of slants, see what the Patriots have done to correct it, and I think the defensive backfield, particularly at corner for the Patriots, J.C. Jackson, Jalen Mills, Joanne Williams, maybe we see Sean Wade, like that's an area that you can look at and say, they gotta, I don't know, if they
there's some
what
good
they have
receiver.
there.
The Jets, the one area the Jets are pretty deep at is wide receiver.
Yeah.
Prediction time. What do you got?
Well, I think the Patriots do respond to that pressure and bounce back with a win. I think they finish more drives, put more points. I don't think it'll be a blowout per se, but maybe 27-16 New England.
I'll go 30-17 Patriots. I think just overall talent across the board, the Jets are building. It's their first year under a new head coach. They'll get more talent, but the Patriots have more talent. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
All right,
that'll do it for this week's edition of Patriots All Access. For Mike Reese and Paul Perillo, I'm Steve Burton. Have a great week, everybody. See you later.